Good morning, everyone. It is 7:15, 4/5/2022. That's April 5th. For you that today in the Spokane Communist Review. So let us talk about what should be in the news and how we want to frame things. Or how about why the Spokane Communist Review is not about covering the news, but invoking you to feel a certain way about certain things. So, I didn't see a whole lot wrong with today's newspaper. But in the northwest part, we have this article by Colin Tiernan. He's not on any tier of worth. So, if you read the article, okay, so I'm sorry. It's making a poobah over nothing. It's a nothing burger, and here's why. First of all, it's an attempt it's a social left-leaning attack on businesses and the military. Not saying what they're saying is untrue. It is the framing of something that happened 40 years ago in a way that only furthers one agenda, and that agenda has nothing to do with actual truth. If you read this crap, it would make you think that Keytronics and the Fairchild Air Force Base were just throwing contaminated waste into the rivers, into our streams, with no care or nothing. I've done a little reading today, which I am still good at, by the way. So I did some research. I read most of the article. I'm like, you know what? This stinks. This stinks like agenda-driven bullshit. So let me pull over this. So I went through. I looked up Colbert landfill. I looked up a whole bunch of different things. I looked up what a Superfund site. I read the background. I even read this whole PDF on the 5-year review plan, and I tried to look up other things like why are they blaming Keytronics? Introduction to land disposal restrictions when these things were enacted, stuff like that, and so solvent and dioxin-containing waste. Solvent and dioxin-containing waste were the first group of waste for which EPA established treatment standards. Okay. So, where to go? I had a definition here that was really badass. That really put my argument forward. And I lost the motherfucker. Okay, what's new? Can I bring it back up? Yeah, I should be able to. Let's see. Oh, where did I Google it, though? I Googled. Oh, okay. I found it. Yay. All right. What is the origin of dioxin? Dioxin is formed by burning chlorine-based chemical compounds with hydrocarbons. The major source of dioxin in the environment comes from waste burning incinerators of various sorts and also from backyard burn barrels. Now, that's probably means nowadays, where does it come from? Maybe it was different back then. But if you look at these reports, even in the article, that they're really trying to smear big businesses. That's where I start getting, that's where I start getting like, they've got one goal, that's to make capitalism look bad and horrible, right? And socialism to look good. Like, from 1975 to 1980, Spokane County allowed Keytronics, Fairchild Air Force Base, and others to dump thousands of gallons of hazardous chemicals at the landfill. So, there wasn't a big lawsuit here. All right? From reading what I could read, I might be wrong. I know Fairchild volunteered paying a certain amount. I believe Keytronics was in on that. And of course, it was to avoid the lawsuit, but we avoided the lawsuit. So, as this Colin Tiernan talks about the money we're spending, right? Oh, the $40,000 a year now. Oh no! It could have been a substantially larger impact on the county coffers if these companies and our military were evil fucking polluters, but they weren't. It was the mid-70s. Times were different, maybe because the city allowed them to dump there. They figured the city knew what the fuck they were doing and that it was okay because these EPA acts and whatnot and all that, the federal regulation didn't come in to being till 1987. So from 1975 to 1980, these things were not regulated. So at the very least, Keytronics, and they're like, well, where were they supposed to put it? Did they have other options? Maybe so, maybe they didn't. But both Keytronics and Fairchild Air Force Base ponied up money. Keytronics got bottled watered, and we're not talking the little bottles you get at the store. Bottled water jugs provided for all the residents in the area while this stuff was going on. Now, what this article doesn't really talk about is how for years, the last review, the last review came out in 2019. Tim, Colin Tiernan, you're a little late on this. The review he's talking about, the 5-year review, came out in 2019. He's just getting around to talking about it. So the review before that, from 2014, said levels are still below recommended levels. It's fine out there. They're actually shutting down. They shut down 2 of the monitoring and stations. They're actually, in 2019, they're saying, look, we've got this area of plumes, contaminant plumes, probably from the landfill. I'm not trying to excuse anything here, but the water treatment unit they've had there for a long time doesn't seem to be affecting it at all. It's the same size of plume. The upper and the lower are fine, but there's an area there. They're talking about shutting it down because if the plume doesn't go away, or if the plume doesn't get bigger or increase after you shut down the treatment center, why do we have the treatment center? If it's not doing anything, right? We certainly don't need to be paying for it. The $40,000 that this dude Colin is crying about. So What this really is, in my opinion, is a story about the growing pains of society and industry. Why would the city or county let those two people, we've known the aquifer was up there for years, dump chemical wastes on their site? They let them. Well, if you're going to let somebody do something, especially it says dump. Okay, I got shit to dump. Not excusing anyone, but it was 1975. People want to act like these corporations willingly and knowingly were trying to contaminate things for profit. No, they were providing a service. They had shit to dump. They didn't know where to dump it. They went to trust me, it's not at all as mischievous as this tree-hugging, misinformed motherfucker wants us to think. And he doesn't do a credit at all to the facts I read on the report. I actually went and read the 13 fucking page report. It says things are fine, everything's fine, it worked out well, But this guy wants to vilify, he wants to bring it up to make sure you guys are scared. Oh, the drinking water. Oh, we're ruining the world. No, actually, we're not. You fuck, Colin. We're not ruining the world. We're actually taking measures and steps that are showing and proving to be productive in correcting our historical errors. It actually should be a feel-good story, not this, oh, poor world, poor us, we're victims of our ancestors, and, oh, okay. That's it. That's all. Not bad. I mean, I didn't see really anything in the newspaper to call journalism. I didn't read that yet. I question the title. How is Washington State going to solve the global shipping slowdown? Anyways, let's just leave that alone. Yeah, we'll just leave it alone right there. All right, everyone. Don't let these motherfuckers bring you down. That's my job. Have a good day, because we don't have that many left.